Okay, you guys, we are back with another banging video. In this video, guys, we are gonna talk about Northwest's first official tour. It is being cancelled with one date. One date is holding firm based on my understanding. Now, as devastating as this may be for our little bestie, Miss Northwest, I also believe that there's some things in life that is costly, but at the same time, it is priceless. Because they have money, they're going to be fine. And I think that North is going to truly understand that having Kim Kardashian and Kanye West as your parent still does not mitigate the natural orders of life. There will be things that she cannot control. And I think North is a very smart girl and already knows this. She knows that there will be things she cannot control and she just has to embrace them the best way possible. Now, what's the reason why Little Northy tour was canceled? Well, I've been doing some digging and what I've learned is that there were logistical issues and scheduling conflicts which have played a major role. They just could not work out scheduling, who is going to take care of what, when, where, and why. So that was one of the major problems, allegedly. It is also said, based on some insiders, they're hinting that creative disagreements within the team also played an important role in this final decision. Now, there's some speculations over health or personal priority. I don't know what the health details are, but the health details is tied into personal priority. I would like to have this based on health. I would like to have that based on health. I don't know what is going on in terms of that, but when it comes to people's private, personal, and sensitive, because when it comes to health, that is something that is hella sensitive, and that is one door you do not open to go in uninvited. You just don't. And you have to ensure that the invitation is solid, real solid, and real secure. It doesn't matter who it is. Be careful when it comes to people health, how you get involved, what you say. Even if you mean well, it may not be interpreted as such because it is so sensitive. Now, fans, what do critics think about this? Well, based on what I'm seeing, they have been expressing their shock and disappointment in this. They already said that they have booked their travel, they've saved their monies, and, their memes trending like Northwest tour canceled. That is being spread fast because North is a Nepo baby. No, we know that a canceled tour can affect one's momentum, and it doesn't only affect the artist, it also affects the fans because now the fans will be like, okay, the next time North has a tour, they're going to be like, okay, is this one going to be canceled too? You know who they did this to? Kanye West. And we know Kanye has canceled tours before, but can you imagine, like Kanye, who is a seasoned tour artist, was getting these questions. Can you imagine what is going to happen to North now? The next time she's added to a tour, right? And if these questions are coming in, drama, 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 drama. But I have to say, this is a pivotal moment in shaping her brand, her future, her identity. I believe it's a pivotal moment. And as bad as it sounds, this could be one of the best moments of North's life. Have you guys ever had that unpleasantry happening to you? Like you get terminated from a job? I think this one is more relatable or the most relatable. The most relatable. Say you get terminated from a job, right? and you love this job so much, or at least you thought you did, and you got terminated and you're like, oh my God, wrong time because I have this to do, that to do, that to do. And then you're home, you're depressed, you go through the stage of depression, and sometimes at the height of the depression, you get that one phone call that changes your life 360 and puts you in a place where you're 20 times better, 100 times better, 1,000,000 times better. And you then realize that the termination from your job actually paved the way for that opportunity. So I believe that is what's going on with this tour. I believe the cancellation of this tour could potentially pave a bigger, brighter, better way for our bestie Northie as a artist. But I would say to North, the next tour that you're having, think of all the Nepo babies. I would make it a Nepo baby tour. I would be bringing Willow Smith out with my hair back and forth. That was the banger. Listen, every child star that gave us something in their childhood days, teenage days, Zendaya, play the song like replay. Hell yeah. Zendaya would have to be there, and that would have to be her only song that she performs. Every song that puts it, well, Zendaya is not a Nepo baby, don't get me wrong, but every child star in the music space, or every adult at present who had a banger when they were a child or a teen, they would have to be on the show, and they would have to perform that hit that made them great, or the hit that we cannot forget. Put this song on replay. Hell yeah, yeah. We want that song. Willow Smith, Zendaya. Who else am I missing? You name it. We want to see them on the tour. Make the tour so humongous. Make it epic. Make it unforgettable. Get Auntie Chloe to work out the logistics. She worked with Diddy before on tour. She was what? The tour manager? Yeah, what was she doing on tour with Diddy? She had to have learned something, but I don't think she went as a tour manager. I'm just saying. I can't prove it, but I'm just saying, So, so I'm just saying they need to go back to the drawing board, and North needs to get her daddy on board with this. Get some help, soak it all up like a sponge, and come back with a tour. The tour can happen. The tour can be humongous. And you know what? It would have been the best thing if they did it that way. And because it is somber, these kids need their own space. They need their own entertainment. Many of these kids have been going through a stressful year. If it's not problems at home, it is problems at school. It is the uncertainty that the world leaders have been bringing to our doorsteps. So if these kids can get that icebreaker, it is good for them. It would have been a kid-friendly tour, and see their little personalities coming out, and the parents would just need to ensure that they're doing their part. Organizing the chaperones, the logistics of the kids getting to the tour and back home safely, ensure that we have enough security, ensure that we have enough emergency responders, the venues aren't overbooked, and all of that jazz. But, sending Uggs to Northie and Molly, but I think that North needs to do this tour, and if I was Northie, I would do the tour with one of Lil Wayne's son, the one that does music. I would do the tour with a boy and not a girl. As females, sometimes we're too deep in our feelings, and sometimes we don't know how to put our emotions aside. I'm gonna say that, especially when we're little. We're fiery, we're hot, we're spicy, and we want to let it all out. So I think there's opportunity in this unpleasant moment. But let me know if, I can't be the only one. Or North, call me, message me, send me a DM. I will get on the organizing team, baby. Of course, for a free. Not for free, but for a fee, because honey, your mommy and your daddy got good money. I ain't. So I'm not doing anything for free, boo-boo. I'm not doing anything for free. But get me on the committee, get me on the planning team, and I'll ensure that you have the best tour at the end of it all. And that's all I have to say about that for this video. Peace.